These are some jigsaw puzzles. A jigsaw puzzle is a tiling puzzle that requires and the assembly of often oddly shaped, interlocking and mosaiced pieces. And usually each individual piece has or contains a word or part of the complete picture. And jigsaw puzzles can be useful in math, geography, art lessons, and a lot of other subjects, and it can be used in many ways. I did this one that can be used in both sides. In this one you have fruits, and in the other one you have vegetables. And I think it's a funny way to make your students participate in class or learn vocabulary or just pass time. It has really good advantages as puzzles are good for short-term memory and also for younger students. It could be really helpful to lock the words with images that can be easy to perceive or recognize. This is a symmetry game, which are games used to teach symmetry to children. This kind of games involve, as you can see, mirroring a picture along a line of symmetry so that the kid can, or that it can help the kid to understand that this side has to be the exact same as this one. Symmetry puzzles can be useful for the visual and kinesthetic types of learning. It's also helpful when kids are learning to do tasks or follow orders so that they can mirror the picture and do it on their own, which is really great for them. This type of games helps the young students to perceive which pictures are identical and differentiate the ones that are not. And it also develops their logical thinking by making them realize the answers by themselves. Yeah, but as a disadvantage, the material can break easily if not used correctly, and it can be boring for certain students. But overall, for younger students, it would be great and interesting. The flipbook is a booklet of a series of images that very gradually changes from one page to the next one, so that when the pages are viewed in the quick succession, the images appear to be animated by simulating motion. It can be kind of difficult to see because of the material of minds, but you can, for example, see patterns and coming to life, the movements, and it can be, if used correctly, very interesting for younger students. Also, flipbooks can be useful with every kind of topic or subject, as it can portray a specific scene, a pattern, cycles, and a teacher could use this material to show their students the growth of a plant, the seasons of the year. It can be anything the teacher can imagine, the planets going around the sun. And well, for students with kinesthetic and visual learning types, flipbooks can be really interesting, so they may be interested also in learning how to make flipbooks for themselves, and they get to learn concepts of movement. As a disadvantage, I think it's imperative to use a good and manageable material for this one and really understand how it works for it to look great. So it might be interesting and not be completely ruined. The sliders are one of the most fun to make from all the materials I did. They can be easily done with any kind of material as long as it's resistant and durable. And you can also adapt your material with any kind of subject you like to teach your students. The sliders are made to be manipulated by hands, by changing colors, letters, words, etc. It can be portrayed in, as I said, different materials and different models. For example, some sliders can be used to show pictures, while others can be used to arrange words. For these ones, I did the ones that show pictures. Example, here we have the vowels A, E, I, O, U, and some examples of some vocabulary, and ear, ice cream, underwear, ukulele, octopus, ocean, onion, also apple, and airplane. And yeah, this one earth, elephant, iguana, and the last one island. And for this one is for younger students. It can be kind of tricky for me to use it, but it basically shows the picture to have color when moving it. And as an advantage, I think it will be really great as kids can use their own hands to get their answers, and they can manage the materials, and the colorful the better, as they are supposed to be attractive to the eye of the children. Yeah, but as a disadvantage, if the material is not correctly settled or it's not correctly done, it can be easily broken, and it just won't work. But yeah, overall it's a really good way to show children vocabulary. I wanted to show you how this one works. It's basically just the movement as it shows the colors appearing and disappearing, and it works like that with any kind of image you like to work with. It can be the earth, it can be an apple, it can be the human body, parts of the human body. It can be done with almost anything as you like. This last one is called the roulette, which is a spinning wheel divided in slices that work as categories for a quiz or Jeopardy trivia game. By spinning it, it should then point to a random category, and thus showing the concept or the task, the category for the question or challenge. For this one, I did certain kinds of or genres of movies. It could also be books or comics for them to maybe investigate a certain kind of book. It could be adapted to any kind of other categories, or it can also be done for games at class. This related can be useful when doing test preparation, maybe to study the subject in a fun way with everyone. It could be also useful to create a social and relaxed environment in class while making the students feel safe. It can be adapted, as I said, to every subject you would like. This material can be attractive for some students, and the colorful the better. Also, if they are to manage the use of the wheel, it can help them work as a team and participate with everyone. As a disadvantage that I find in this material, I think the only one is that there are some kids who may won't like to participate or that will be shy, and it can be difficult for them to raise their hands and work at the same pace with their other classmates. But I think with the manageability of the classroom, it would be great for them to work as a teamwork